This is Dr. Bernadette Dulawan, your empowering functional GP. Welcome to this episode. And when these cells are overwhelmed, this is when things go haywire, they're not under control, it goes into the system, and this is when autoimmunity comes in. So this is the beauty of understanding gut health and its function through the microbiome and this intestinal lining, which is set there to shield us from the outside world. Behind and among the cells are this immune system that we have, the B cells as well as the T cells. These T cells are like soldiers of the body. They are protecting, killing the foreign bodies. And just like any employee or soldiers, they need some rest, they need time to eat, they need time to sleep. But if there's a continuous influx and there is foreign bodies coming in, they need to work over a period of time. These T cells, they would be like soldiers who are so tired and sleepy that they will just shoot anyone, including the cells of our very own bodies. So this is where autoimmunity comes in. These T cells would start to attack our own cells all because they're wired and tired. Examples of autoimmune conditions. We have in the thyroid, we have the Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which causes underactive thyroid function, or we have the overactive autoimmune condition called Graves' disease. If it's in our joints, that could be a rheumatoid arthritis. If it's in our spine, it could be the ankylosing spondylitis. If it is in our brain and attacking the myelin sheath or those fat coverings of the nerves that allows them to, transmit messages very quickly, then this will be your MS or multiple sclerosis. That's just to show you a few. And more importantly, they can also be manifested in the skin, eczema, allergies, psoriasis, and the like. For me, as a doctor who never understood this until I searched, I read all these books and understood this concept, I never correlated. I was the conventionally trained doctor that would give these potions and creams, symptomatic medications to help my patients, which we still do. I still do. And specific things that inflames the gut. Then I address that issue, then I can effect healing, not just a band-aid, treatment which will come after a while. Going back to this leaky gut, we said when we have leaky gut, if it goes to the brain, then it causes leaky brain through the hyperpermeability of the blood-brain barrier, allowing many things, toxins to get into the brain and muck up the brain function. So this is where you have the many related mental, psychological issues. In fact, this is one book. I have gone into the training of Dr. McBride, who wrote this book. So this is one book I would recommend while talking about books. Dr. Perlmutter, David Perlmutter is a neurologist. He has written this book called Brain Maker, where he says the power of gut microbes to heal and protect your brain for life. So this is one book that I would recommend to you. Powerful book. A few weeks ago, I bought this book. It's called The Mind-Gut Connection by this Dr. Emran Meyer, a German doctor who has been working on the brain and the gut. His thoughts and his research have been here, and it's so inspiring. Last but not the least, this is so exciting. The food-mood connection. Uma Naidu. She's a doctor of psychiatry, trained in nutrition in Harvard University. So this is where that gut-brain connection comes in. It's so powerful. I'm excited because she spells out here the importance of food, which now leads me to the things that can change your microbiome and hence cause what they call dysbiosis. Our microbiome as a baby or as a child comes from our mother's vaginal flora. Yes, it's from our mother's maternal vaginal flora. And so if you are born by cesarean section, you will be disadvantaged in the fact that you haven't passed and been inoculated by the vaginal flora of your mother, which is your first immunization actually. However, there are doctors I know of and doctors who know the value of the microbiome, the importance of that vaginal microflora in inoculating for the very first time the gut of the baby, that do swabs of the vagina of the mother and they put it on the mouth of the baby or on the skin in an attempt to simulate and give an inoculation from the maternal vaginal flora that is missed by cesarean section. And that is a very, very good and important practice, because without that, if you have a sterile gut, you are disadvantaged. And there are studies showing the importance of our microbiome. The other thing that would enhance, by the way, and our source for microbiome is when the mother breastfeeds the child. It comes through the maternal contact as well as in the milk. So breastfeeding is so important. In fact, they say that first 3 years of the child is so important in building the microbiome of the child. This is where it's so important to let them play in the dirt, not to be meticulous with a lot of things like washing and all that, because that's how you build the immune system of your children. We know that there is this gut-brain connection such that if our microbiome is disturbed or is wanting, there can be effects to the brain development of the child. Mind you, stress and the nutrition of the mother is so important in her own microbiome, and hence the health of the microbiome pass on to the child. We will learn that one of the things that would disturb our own adults' microbiome as well as babies is the amount of stress we are in. So our gut also needs, our gut microbiome needs to be nurtured. It needs to be loved. It needs a relaxed environment. So if we're happy, our microbiome is happy. The things that will disturb our microbiome is the mode of delivery, depends on the maternal, microbiome, if it's healthy or not. And also, very, very important is the use and overuse and indiscriminate use of antibiotics. We seek to educate and empower you to live healthy, vibrant lives.